Welcome, June 19th. This is Jeffrey Beyer, Jeffrey B, and we are healing shame. It is so sunny today. I need sunglasses here, as you can see in the reflection inside the apartment. I'm planning a big trip to Tibet, Nepal, and India. And I haven't even asked my children if they want to go, my inner children. So that's going to lead us right into the topic today. How do we know what our children want? And let's go ahead and get that reading on your screen. June 19th, from Strengthening My Recovery. Non-dominant hand. After introducing ourselves to the child within, we can ask other questions. We write out the question with our dominant hand and write the reply with the other hand. Big Red Book, page 305. We used to be afraid of our feelings. We thought we knew how we felt. We knew all about how others felt at times, at all times, but we never developed the discipline of listening to ourselves because we were punished in our families for doing so. Some of us recreated that same punishing silence within ourselves in our work and romantic relationships. When the hurt becomes too great, we are willing to go to any lengths to recover. We do things that are scary because we are building trust with our sponsor, fellow travelers, and our higher power. We seek the answers to our past, however we can find them. Non-dominant handwriting is an important tool in getting to early memories. We try answering questions by writing in crayon with our non-dominant hand. It has worked for others before us. Most importantly, we are building trust with those voices inside us that have needed to speak for longer than long. They want to contact us and discharge the poison they have been holding back to save us from pain. We start to feel safer as we begin to heal and become ready to hear our history. And here's our mantra. On this day, I will trust the messages I get doing non-dominant handwriting because what is said is true for that part of me. I will listen without trying to push the feelings back down. I will give the words inside me a space to breathe. It's copyright 2013 by Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families, World Service Organization. Non-dominant handwriting exercises are mentioned in the Big Red Book as a way to communicate with our inner child. So as the reading is mentioned, what you do is you write the question with your dominant hand, and then you write the answer with your non-dominant hand. In this reading, it talks about using crayon. But the way that it kind of comes across is this is about what it looks like, just so you know. You can see some examples there of what that looks like. You can see the question is written in with the dominant hand, looks a lot cleaner and neater, and then the answer after that is written with the non-dominant hand. For me, my dominant hand is my right hand, and my non-dominant hand is my left hand. So I'm writing the answer with the left hand, and it's going to look a little scribbly, like a child wrote it, for example. That's kind of one of the points, one of the distinguishing characteristics of this technique, this process. And for example, in this conversation I had with my inner child, I was asking them about what do you want to do when you grow up? That was a question. And the answer from the child was, I want to make games. Yeah. And do some job I love that makes me happy and have fun. And then I basically say, can you let us do a normal job while I work on this goal for us? And then the child said, I'm tired of waiting. You made me promises and never kept them. And then he goes on to talk about some stuff that we did, drinking, causing trouble, losing brothers. So the child's kind of blaming us for some of those things happening. And whether you believe in this or not, doesn't matter. Just do the work and see what happens. I have done it, and I have got results. I've done this a few times. In this journal in particular, one that I had in Thailand last year, I did some inner child work, non-dominant handwriting work in this one, and I have another one, my last journal before this. I did some non-dominant handwriting work in there as well. I have got results. Great way to try to communicate with the inner child. If the child's not wanting to come out and really talk, This is a way to do it. Sometimes you don't need to do this anymore. I've gotten to the point now I can just, the child's come out enough, I can actually go in and talk with the child and ask questions without having to write it all down. Writing it down gives you a nice record. It's a great record keeping strategy as well. One of the questions I have not asked my inner child or children is, do they even want to go on this trip? I have a big trip planned, like I mentioned in the intro, to Tibet, Nepal, India. It's going to be a pretty strenuous trip. I'm going to see Mount Everest and all that. There's a part of me that doesn't want to go. And I wonder if that's the kids under the surface being like, hey, we're tired. We really don't want to go traipsing about the world and have you dragging us around everywhere. Possibly it could be because I've got an entry where I asked the kids, some things, and then they responded, we can try, but stop dragging us all over the world. We're tired and want a good home and our own bed, the same bed we sleep in every night. We want parents to love and take care of us. So it's like, wow, they're kind of giving me some hints right there, but I have not explicitly asked them, do you want to go on this trip or not? So I'm going to have to take some time and either use non-dominant handwriting or just in my head and ask my inner children if they want to go on the trip. And I'll have to take the time to do that. Of course, the adult wants to go explore and all this, but maybe the kids don't want to go. And I reflect back on my life when we went on trips. So sometimes I didn't really want to go on the trips. You got to get in the car and drive. Well, when I was a kid, we drove on vacation. We drove there. We never flew. I don't think we ever flew. Not that I remember. Maybe we did. Maybe we flew once. I feel like we drove though. We might have flown to Texas for my older brother's wedding. Gosh, I can't even remember. Anyway, this exercise works. So take some time, study it, try to ask those kids some questions, see if you can get them to come out of hiding, and maybe you'll get some answers. Some stuff will be revealed for you. I hope so. But I've got some other things I need to ask my kids as well. Until next time, all the best. We'll see you then.